everybody. So this is a video I've been wanting to do for days now, and if you know how much of a big Spider-Man fan I am, I didn't mean for it to take a while, but I've been wanting to do it. So you're probably surprised I haven't did this days ago, but well, Spider-Man, the fourth Spider-Man movie is called Brand New Day. It's gonna be directed by the same guy who did Shang-Chi. That's exciting because I really like Shang-Chi and I thought it was a good movie. And the director is a big fan of Spider-Man, which is great. And we saw some set photos, which looks really awesome. Like, he's a big fan of Spider-Man, and we see some new set photos, like you see him getting filmed, and the suit looks really great. I really like how it looks. It kind of has an Amazing Spider-Man 2 vibe to it, and even in the script from the last movie, No Way Home, said he got his inspiration from Tobey and Andrew's suit, and you can kind of see the details, like the webbing and even the logo, and even the design in the crotch kind of looks similar with the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I'm really liking this suit. It looks really lovely. I like how comic accurate it looks. I like that it's still the Tom Holland suit, but like it looks like a nice comic accurate suit. My only nitpick, and this is just a little nitpick, but I kind of wish the back of the suit kind of had the round circular spider with the square legs like in the comics. But I'll say that it looks fine. It's just a little minor nitpick. But yeah, I'm glad it looks really nice. I heard this is going to be a street level movie. Like, the MCU wanted to do a street level movie, but I heard Sony, and if you know Sony, they really wanted to do like another multiverse story where they bring back Tobey and Andrew and Venom makes an appearance. But how would that work? Because you clearly see at the end no one remembers him, and he's living in an apartment on his own, so it kind of looks like the best route to go street level. Oh, so I heard that the main villain is going to be Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion. If you remember watching my what I would like to see in the fourth MCU movie, Scorpion was on my list, so I'm actually really excited about that. Because I remember when the first Amazing Spider-Man movie was out, and I had thoughts of what could another reboot be, and I was young, so I kind of picture myself playing Spider-Man, and I thought maybe Scorpion could be another villain, because I remember watching him in the 90s series and even in the 60s series, and I thought he could be a great villain. I wonder if Jameson's going to help create him, because Jameson is part of the MCU, and you do see him, and in the comics and cartoons, Jameson's responsible for creating the Scorpion. So, heck, even in the video game, the Insomniac PlayStation game, they even referenced that.
Folks, I have to once again defend myself against the spurious claims from McDonald Mac Gargan, aka the Scorpion. Yes, as I fully disclosed, I bankrolled the experiment that gave him superior strength, speed, and that unsightly cyborg tail. The idea was to create an anti-Spider-Man who is not a threat and stops menaces. I had no idea he was crazy. Do you think his resume said psycho with a poisoning fetish?
So yeah, I'm hoping they actually do live up to that, because they already introduced Jameson, so it makes a lot of sense for story-wise for him to be responsible for Scorpion. But another characters I heard Hulk, Daredevil, and Punisher might be in it. Yeah, the Punisher, and you see some set photos from like his special or even in the movie what he looks like, and you see Spider-Man jumping on the truck, and he has his new high-tech truck like in the comics, so I'm excited about that. Because here's something, for those of you that don't know this, the Punisher actually first appeared in a Spider-Man comic, and I actually own, no, this is a reprint, but this is a reprint of Spider-Man issue 129, which was the first appearance of the Punisher. So I think it would be really cool if they actually adapt this cover like in movie form. Like, I think that would be really cool. Like it's just standing right there. So yeah, I think I might read it before the movie comes out. Now, I have heard rumors that Tombstone and Kingpin might make an appearance, which I kind of hope Kingpin does make an appearance, because in the comics, the Kingpin was actually first appeared in a Spider-Man comic, and he's one of the main villains in the Spider-Man comics, because even though most people will know him as a Daredevil villain, he's also mostly a Spider-Man villain. And here's something, because remember where the Kingpin was the main villain in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Well, apparently, due to Sony first appeared him in their movie, apparently the MCU can't put Kingpin in any movies because Sony owns the rights to it. But hey, if they're making deals with Sony with Spider-Man, this is actually a perfect move for them to actually have Kingpin make an appearance. So they're making deals with Sony and it's Spider-Man, so it's a win-win. So that could be great. Another thing I want to bring up is that in the Daredevil series, Kingpin is the mayor of New York, so I wonder how that's going to tie into the whole MCU, because there's like a whole Marvel superhero team, and I wonder what Spider-Man's going to do with Kingpin being like the mayor, because he's trying to outlaw vigilantes, and I wonder what his view on Spider-Man is. Oh, this is going to be big. And I wonder if like maybe like Jameson and Kingpin become friends, and maybe Kingpin's the one that finances the whole Scorpion thing and have Mac Gargan become Scorpion. Or they might change it to Kingpin being responsible for creating Scorpion. We'll have to see. And I heard Mr. Negative is going to appear. I played the Insomniac game, and I remember Mr. Negative. He was a really intense, scary villain, and he was the guy at Feast, and Feast is in the MCU, so maybe he takes on Feast, and it's revealed that he's a villain, and he has the negative powers, so I'm excited about that. I hope they kind of make it similar to the Insomniac game. It's reported Mr. Negative might not appear in the movie, so that's disappointing. But what do you think about it? I heard Zendaya and Ned might make an appearance, and on Twitter, the guy who plays Ned posted a picture of him with the hashtag brand new day, and you see him holding a Hobgoblin figure. Could they tease at him being the Hobgoblin? How would that happen? Because Green Goblin came from a multiverse, so how would he introduce as the Hobgoblin? Now, I heard the MCU, like, if Sony already introduced the Spider-Man characters in their movies, the MCU isn't allowed to use them, which is really frustrating. Because most of these Spider-Man characters are important characters, like Oscorp. Like, they can't use Oscorp or Norman Osborn. That's kind of frustrating, because Oscorp and Norman Osborn are like key players in the Spider-Man universe, in Dr. Octopus and all these characters, but I am glad that he did face them in No Way Home, and Green Goblin did have an important role in No Way Home, and I am glad it's Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I like that, and I kind of like that they try to give him a little bit of a comic accurate resemblance. What is Ned and MJ's role? Because they forgot him, because remember when Doctor Strange, like, in order to save his universe, he had to sacrifice and having them forget who he is, because he had to save their world, because he blames himself for almost destroying the world, so his only way to save everyone was to make everyone forget Peter Parker exists, which is really sad. And he's all alone, like he doesn't even have Aunt May, because when the MCU Spider-Man started, he had like Tony Stark to help him, and he had his friends to help him, and other Marvel heroes to help him, because in the past Spider-Man movies, he did have Gwen or Mary Jane later, but he was doing this by himself. But he still had Aunt May, but Aunt May is dead and he's living on his own, so he has no one to help him. Like, at first when the MCU was beginning, he had people to help him, and heck, even when they didn't do that in the previous Spider-Man movies, he still had, like, Aunt May. Like, she didn't know who Spider-Man was, but she at least had Aunt May to know Peter and love him, and he at least had girlfriends. But now this version of Peter, like, they started with him having so many people to know and help him, but now no one knows him, and now he's completely on his own. Well, I guess because I think even though people like the MCU Spider-Man, I heard a lot of fans had issues with him because they liked Peter doing this by himself, so they're like, okay, so this is their way of having him do this by himself. Well, I wonder what else is gonna happen. Like, this is gonna be really intense. Like, I heard it's gonna be like a live-action version of the 90s animated series, which I'm really excited about because I remember back in like the early 2010s when I was a teenager, they aired reruns late at night on Disney XD, and I remember recording all those episodes. And I remember watching them, and I really loved watching them. I'm really excited about that being like a live action version of like the 90s animated series. I think that would be a really cool idea. No, they introduced Scorpion in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon, and he was really threatening in that show. He gave Peter nightmares, so I'm excited what they're gonna do in the movie. Like, this guy is like a criminal, and he said he knew some people, so this might be their attempt at a Sinister Six, because when Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, they teased a Sinister Six movie, but when they rebooted him in the MCU, they couldn't make that movie, but they did kind of hinted at Sinister Six being in other versions, like Matt Gargan talking about they know some people, and even in No Way Home, they had all the villains, which were in the comics founding members of the Sinister Six, and even Mysterio and Vulture were members of the Sinister Six in the comics, in the original story. So you can tell that Sony or somebody working there really wants to do something Sinister Six related. And the Sinister Six also appeared in like the Insomniac game and even in Spider-Verse. So yeah, someone on there, even though we didn't got a Sinister Six movie, they're at least trying to do something Sinister Six related. Well, I hope the movie is really great. I mean, it's by the same I think it's by the same writers who wrote the other ones, and it's directed by the same guy who did Shang-Chi, so this should be a really great movie, and I actually do like that it's street level. Don't get me wrong, I'm one of those people who are a big fan of the multiverse, and I really like the whole Spider-Verse and multiverse, and I really like No Way Home and seeing all the Peters come back, but I actually do like that this is going to be a street level story. I think it makes sense moving forward to do something street level. Like, I would have liked to see maybe Venom or like a proper adaptation with Spider-Man facing Venom, or seeing Tobey and Andrew return, but they might do something for Secret Wars, so we'll have to see. Another thing I want to bring up, people are demanding an Amazing Spider-Man 3, or TASM 3 as they liked. At first, believe it or not, at first I thought they shouldn't make it because the last one didn't do so good, and Sony, but ever since I hear why people really want a Amazing Spider-Man 3, I think I'm changing my mind. I actually think it would be good if they make an Amazing Spider-Man 3, because poor Andrew was wasted. Like, it wasn't Andrew's fault, but the movies were not handled very good, and if Marvel Studios or Sony, and if they actually just make Amazing Spider-Man 3 and maybe do a good story for Andrew's version of Spider-Man, maybe that would be great. Like, I don't know, some fans make fan posters that Venom or the black suit, because the last Spider-Man 3 had the black suit, so I don't know if they're gonna do that, if they would continue, but I think Sinister Six would make a lot of sense, and hopefully if they do, they should redesign that version of the Goblin, because that looked weird. But anyways, what are your thoughts on, like, do you think they should make an Amazing Spider-Man 3? Like, because Tom Holland is officially going to have 4 movies, and Tobey Maguire had 3 movies, and Andrew only have 2. Yeah, because the movies weren't handled very good, and Andrew, like, he was a big Spider-Man fan, and we love him, like, we love this guy. So I'm hoping they do something proper with Amazing Spider-Man 3. But yeah, what do you all think of the new Spider-Man movie coming out? I'm very excited. Oh, so I think I heard Hulk is gonna appear in the movie. Yeah, the Incredible Hulk is gonna be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I think they showed on the IMDb cast Mark Ruffalo. I hope it's the common Savage Hulk and not Brainy Hulk. I mean, Brainy Hulk is fine, but it's just, because I always wanted the Hulk and Spider-Man to interact in a movie since the early 2000s when I was a kid. Like, I remember when the first Hulk movie was coming out, and that's around the time when Spider-Man 1 and 2 was out, and I wanted to see, like, Hulk and Spider-Man interact in a movie since when I was really little, so this would mean a lot to me, and hopefully it's like the original Savage Hulk and not the Brainy Hulk. I have nothing really against Brainy Hulk. It's just maybe for this we should go back to the OG Hulk, like the Roar Hulk smash. Like that's I'm hoping for, like a good interaction with Hulk and Spider-Man. So I just discovered that Savage Hulk is gonna be in the new Spider-Man movie. I'm really excited about that. That's really cool. And there's a set video where they hear him roar. So that'll be cool. I'm so excited about that. Ever since the early 2000s, I wanted Hulk and Spider-Man to interact in a movie. We're finally gonna get to see that. I'm so excited. And it would be great to see Daredevil, like Spider-Man interact with Daredevil, and they even kind of hinted about him in like the Disney Plus Born Again series. So, and it would be nice to see like a live-action Daredevil and Spider-Man interaction, because I wanted to see that in No Way Home, but I guess they couldn't really do it. And I guess it would be hard because he doesn't remember who Peter is, because remember, he was Peter's lawyer, and now Doctor Strange had to wipe everyone's memory. And I heard in the comics that Hulk remembers, like, there was a time, because remember, this is loosely based on the Brand New Day when he made a deal with Mephisto in the comics, but they had to change that because a lot of people hated that. So what they did in the No Way Home movie was a great idea. But I heard Hulk remembers, and it makes sense because Brainy Hulk was a thing, so I guess having Savage Hulk, because he probably didn't get his memory wiped, so it would make sense for him to remember. Well, what do you all think of this? Are you excited to see Spider-Man Brand New Day? I'm excited. I'm very excited. I really like the set photos. Like, I really like how people are interacting with him. Like, there was fans at the filming set, and Tom got a picture with a kid, which is really cute. And I really like the practical effects where he's swinging. I hope they make it really good, because I know they had to use CGI because it would be really hard to do, but I can't wait to see what they're doing. I wonder what that tank thing. But what do you all think? Are you excited about the Brand New Day movie? I really like the logo they have for it. It looks really lovely. I can't wait to see what they do. I wonder what Michelle Jones and Ned Lee's role is going to be. Are they going to get their memories back? Are they gonna still forget? Because I really like the friendship Ned had, because Harry Osborn was kind of a jerk. Like, he turns evil, he's the next Goblin, he tries to kill Peter, and he hates Spider-Man, and there's that whole misunderstanding, which kind of gets really frustrating. But I really like Ned. What I like about Ned's friendship is that he knows that Peter is Spider-Man, and he tries to help him, and they act like best friends. Like, that's a best friend dynamic, not what they did in other sources. Well, what do you all think? And hope you are excited to see Brand New Day. And see you next time.